So did you always know that you were going to be an entrepreneur?
No, I don't think I did. I think a number of things came together that launched my entrepreneurial curiosity and drive and then involvement as an entrepreneur. I think probably one of the most persuasive things was it was 1999 and people were giving up their jobs because the internet had arrived. And I was curious as to how this could change things and how this was an opportunity to get involved in a business, but really get involved with something myself at a very early stage. So I think I managed to find the time was right. I managed to find something that involved travel and geography, which I was particularly interested in. As a trained geographer, it's hard to find the right opportunities. And I wanted to get my teeth into something.
Fantastic. And was there a sort of particular inspiration or mentor that helped?
Well, I looked at many companies and had started my own web design business, and I was considering launching my own business, had an idea for, but then I stumbled across a journalist in an attic who'd started a business called Cheap Flights. His name was John Hatt, and he was an extraordinary character, an entrepreneur, and he was interested in selling the business. So I got involved with buying the business off him when there was just himself and one other person in an attic. So that was the start. So I guess he was an inspiration, in some ways a mentor, that he didn't stay with the business.
Fantastic. And if you were advising your younger self today, what would you tell yourself?
I think I would advise myself to think about being an entrepreneur earlier, to be brave, and to allow yourself to make more mistakes, to get stuck in and see where the road leads you. You can't answer all the questions before you start, but getting started is the most important thing.
What would you say was the biggest mistake that you've made along the way?
Made so many mistakes, it's hard to say, but I think probably the mantra of putting consumers first all the time and accepting a smaller business as a result of that is really important to bear in mind, and is incredibly hard to do in business when making day-to-day decisions, when conflicted by trying to generate revenues, trying to keep a business going. But I think putting the consumer first at all times, irrespective, is incredibly important.
What are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of creating a company that has a strong culture and a strong sense of purpose. For a long time, that was something that we didn't do in the business, and today we built a really strong culture around not only creating products that users love, but also driven by a higher purpose of opening our world. And that really has been a very fulfilling journey, from just running a business to running a team with a passion and a drive to do something that is making a difference, that is not only helping more people to travel and making travel search simpler, but bringing people together and challenging prejudices and opening people's minds through travel. And I think that sense of purpose has meant we were able to do things as a business that we wouldn't have done, and made much more of a splash, and we feel much better about what we're doing. It's what gives us our energy and bounce in the morning as we come into the office. So I think a sense of purpose, which for us was opening our world, is the thing that I have to be proudest of.
Fantastic. And just finally, what's the value of networking groups like E2E?
Look, I think it's always good to be humble in business and to be hungry for knowledge, and to learn from other people, learn from other people's experiences. It's the hardest thing, right? Because we all think it's going to be different for us, and then we try to do things, make mistakes. But I think if you can listen to people who've had experiences over long periods of time, you can learn from them, and you can do things differently and quicker, hopefully, without making as many mistakes. So for me, it's about learning, it's about absorbing knowledge. It's sometimes about making contacts and people who can help you, but I think that's rarer. I think really it's about sharing stories and information to help inspire you to do things better and bolder.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.